I have been encouraged by how well AZ played last Thursday, but also how poorly Spurs played, and it gives me hope that maybe lightning can strike twice and AZ will get the better of Tottenham. Hello, Chris, and everyone that's watching the show. I'm Michael Statham, and I'm an editor of Football Oranje, which is the biggest Dutch football website, outlet, YouTube channel of Dutch football in the English language. So I'm looking forward to another game between AZ and Tottenham. They meet again, and I've really enjoyed the 1-0 win, of course, for AZ last week. If I'm going to have a Dutch team, AZ are on my team, and I've watched them a fair bit again this season. And the way they've developed and come on so much, that's how you can really notice that difference between the time when AZ played the Spurs the first time this season and then when they beat them last Thursday. Just a difference with the confidence levels and the ability on the pitch. They're realising their potential, and the young players are really stepping up. So how do I see this one going then? I have been encouraged by how well AZ played last Thursday, but also how poorly Spurs played, and it gives me hope that maybe lightning can strike twice and AZ will get the better of Tottenham. I've in my last little audio clip for you guys, I said that I don't think AZ will be put off by the atmosphere in London. They've got a lot of young players, but I don't think that puts them off. The youngest ones have played in the biggest stage. They won the UEFA Youth League a little while ago now, 2 or 3 years ago, and they recently passed the test of getting past Galatasaray, as I said the last time I recorded, winning 4-1 in Alkmaar, but then getting a 2-2 away draw in Turkey when they could have found the atmosphere really tricky, and the challenge itself of having to face wave after wave of attacks. And do you know what? They kind of saw it out pretty well. They saw out the game last Thursday well as well. After they got the lead, they deserved the lead, even though the goal was, of course, due to fortune, the own goal. But they were able to manage the game, and I just don't think that's quite as easy to do when playing away, but also playing away at Tottenham. So I will predict that Spurs may get through, but I don't think they're going to find it very comfortable. I think there'll be something like a penalty or red card or something that might just go against AZ and maybe make it difficult for them on the evening. Or an injury, say, to a key player. I'm not sure yet, but that's where I'm kind of vibing anyway, where it might go. I think that the starting 11 will hardly have changed unless AZ can get a player back from injury or two, because they didn't play at the weekends. There's no new news, if that makes sense. I think they just need to go again with what they've got. Playing the counter-attack, Poku's pace will be important there. Parrott's potency in front of goal will be important too. And I don't know. I think that the defense again will have a lot to do, but they'll manage a lot of it. I don't think they're going to get rolled over by Spurs. I don't think it's going to be 3 or 4-0. Say that now, it probably could be, but yeah, I just don't think that will happen. I think if Spurs are going to win, they're going to have to try and score early, really try and attack AZ. So the game's in their control, if that makes sense. It's late in the game. AZ are going to have to put on pressure and something to pick off on the counter attack. But, you know, if AZ can keep it tight for the first half, even going to 0-0, if they can get a goal themselves, going at 1-1, 1-0 up, then I think that Tottenham will find it very difficult to break them down. They might need extra time. Yeah. So as for my prediction, then I'm going to go for a 2-0 Spurs win, and obviously going through 2-1 in aggregate on the evening. Yeah, I mean, how I'm feeling, how the fans feeling ahead of the game. They just want to enjoy this occasion. It's another opportunity to impress in the European stage. For us, to be competing in Europe, competing for the top 3 in the Eredivisie to potentially get into the Champions League next season. That's where they want to be as a club. They're not the biggest club in the Netherlands. They're not as big as Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, or even Twente in terms of fan base. But I just think that it's really nice to see a club sort of punching above their weight and doing well on this kind of stage. If they knock out Spurs, it could be the only Dutch team left in Europe. So yeah, it will be a special evening anyway. And fingers crossed, my point of view, that AZ make it. But I hope it's a good game. That's the main thing. Thanks for having me anyway. And just to shout out again, Football Anya is where people can find us. We've got YouTube channel, podcasts, website, and social media platforms. Cheers.